Okay, so just a disclaimer before the presentation, I am kind of under the weather while I'm recording this, so if you guys hear any coughing or stuff like that during the presentation, it's just me being kind of sick, so yes. Starting on with the presentation, the topic that I chose for the Trend project is disruptive marketing, which is all about breaking the mold and shaking things. Instead of following the usual book, it flips the script and it throws down traditional strategies right outside the windows in form of like bold attention-grabbing tactics that catch consumers off guard. It's like crashing a party, but with the intention of leaving everyone talking about it even after it's over. Now, why I decided to move ahead with this trend is because it's basically a game changer in the field of marketing. It helps the brands turn their passive viewers into active participants and make it unforgettable in a crowded marketplace. In a world where ad blockers and short attention spans are the norms, disruptive marketing connects with the consumers who crave authenticity, excitement, and memorable experiences. One such quirky example would be McDonald's iconic McFries pedestrian crossing, in which they basically turned an everyday crosswalk into a giant serving of fries, as you can see on the slide. Now, to understand where it all began, we can go back to 1980s, where disruptive marketing took inspiration from guerrilla marketing's use of unconventional spaces like sidewalks, parking lots, and flash mobs to attract attention. The early 2000s marked a big shift with the rise of digital and social media. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram allowed brands to engage with customers in real life. It gave brands a stage to captivate audiences with visual storytelling and reach a wider mass through shares and comments. Now, moving ahead, there was a rising resistance to traditional ads, which pushed the brands to explore bolder and more engaging methods to win consumer attention. And more recently, in 2020s, with the pandemic hitting us, it further increased digital engagement, which pushed these companies to go towards digital first with immersive experiences. And looking into the future with technologies like AI, AR, and VR on the brink, brands can actually create virtual stores, events, and experiences, making disruptive marketing even more immersive and engaging than ever. Now, disruptive marketing has become a go-to strategy throughout a handful of industries like entertainment, sports, food industries, automobiles, etc. Just skimming over a few statistics here, in a recent HubSpot survey, it was found that 64% of the marketers said that they would much rather use non-traditional methods to stay competitive, showing the widespread adoption of this approach. Furthermore, it's like 72% of the marketers believe that these unconventional campaigns lead to higher engagement. Another telling statistics from the consumer's point of view would be that 86% of them say authenticity is important to them while they are deciding which brands they like and support, and 80% of them are more likely to buy from brands that actually offer personalized experiences and interactive contents. These numbers clearly show why disruptive marketing is so effective. It engages audiences in a way that makes them feel real, personalized, and more attached to the brand. Now, looking on with like examples and case studies where these tactics have actually been implemented and were successful. In 2019, Netflix promoted Stranger Things Season 3 by creating 1980s themed environments in major cities like New York and LA. They transformed these iconic locations, including like parts of malls and subways, to look like Hawkins, which was the fictional town in the series. They also went ahead with collaborating brands such as Coca-Cola, in which they re-released their iconic 1985's New Coke formula for the campaign. This created a lot of fuzz and in general attention. This created an immersive experience, allowing the fans to relive the era and feel closer to the show's storyline. This impacted by generating a huge social media buzz with fans sharing pictures and photos all throughout Instagram and TikTok, thereby helping Netflix to build anticipation for their new season with comparatively no other advertising. Each December, Spotify delivers their personalized year-end summaries to the users, which is right around the corner. They show them their top songs and artists and genres, and even custom insights like top 5 songs and stuff like that. So Spotify Wrapped encourages users to share these summaries on social media, creating a viral effect. This has recently become a phenomenon, generating over 60 million shares in 2022 alone. By using this technique, Spotify actually turned its users into brand ambassadors. This exemplifies how data-driven personalization can create disruptive and shareable content. Next, again, we have the famous Dollar Shave Company campaign, which we already discussed in class. This is also a very fine example and one of the early forms of how disruptive marketing was actually brought into the picture. Now, this one is quite notorious. In 2018, Burger King actually launched their Whopper Detour campaign, in which they allowed customers to order a Whopper only for a cent, but if they were within 600 feet of a McDonald's location. So what they had to do is basically they had to place their order through the Burger King app. Burger King actually went ahead and installed huge detour signboards in front of McDonald's, like slightly farther away from McDonald's, and the customers would receive notifications and directions to the nearest Burger King after they have placed their order from a McDonald's location. This clearly showcases how digital tools like geo-targeting and app-based rewards can prove effective in such form of marketing. Burger King furthermore actually managed to gain 1.5 million app downloads, which pushed their app to the front of app stores that season. IKEA also came with one of these fun experiments where they recreated real-life scenes from popular TV shows and sitcoms like Simpsons, Friends, and Stranger Things. The brand replicated these iconic rooms by carefully selecting products which are already available in their catalog, and they actually listed it down so that the consumers, they can go, they can have the experiences, and they could also shop the same things for themselves. This campaign was a particular hit amongst the fans of the shows. It attracted global media attention and increased their social media engagement. This campaign highlighted the versatility of IKEA's furniture in a very clever and relatable way. Now, moving ahead on why disruptive marketing has an impact on consumer behavior. This form basically resonates more with younger and digital savvy consumers who have a shorter attention span. It helps to build brand affinity by creating memorable experiences that are easily recalled. These campaigns also leverage social proof and peer pressures as a major part of their campaign, because consumers are more likely to trust peer recommendation, especially with like Instagram and social media being one of the prime forms of advertisement these days. This type of marketing, end of the line, doesn't just tell a story. It creates a story that the consumer wants to be a part of, and it helps the brands to build deeper and better connection and a stronger consumer loyalty. Now, going on through the benefits and challenges that these marketing methods might have. It has a higher reach, it can generate more engagement, it creates memorable experiences and interactions for consumers that are long lasting. It's also kind of cost effective when it goes viral, and it differentiates brands from their competition. But it also comes with its unique set of challenges. For example, since you're taking such a big, bold move, there is always a risk of backlash in case the message doesn't resonate well with the audiences. Consistency is another thing that can be hard to maintain, as brands need to stay true to their values while being bold. And it also demands constant creativity, which can strain resources both monetarily and creativity wise. And it also requires a unique and deep understanding of the target audiences so that it doesn't miss its mark. Looking ahead at the potential for disruptive marketing, it's enormous. As we already have AR, VR, and AI becoming more accessible and popular, brands can offer fully immersive experiences like virtual stores or like interactive product demos and stuff like that. Campaigns such as one you can see in the picture, which is basically a Barbie installation that Mattel came up with once when they launched their movie. It placed life-sized pink Barbie boxes globally, which allowed fans to step into the Barbie world. It created a highly shareable and immersive experience and was a major hit with the movie. Barbie also went ahead and installed, like, in one night they came up with a full pink Barbie house in random locations so that would help them create buzz for the movie. Furthermore, Maybelline also went ahead and adopted VR as a part of their marketing campaign. They used the subways and buses in New York, and they transformed these cars like lashes, and they used to curl it up with their life-size mascaras, brushing through the tunnels and city streets. This made their product a physical part of New York's urban landscape, and this provided the consumers with an interactive, larger-than-life approach, which would definitely leave a mark. This can show how brands use real environment to bring their product to life, like except for just being in the screens or like print media and social medias and stuff like that. This actually helps the brands to engage in with the customers in real life, in real time physically. Now, key takeaways from these strategies would be like it breaks through the noise using unconventional tactics, and it makes consumer actually stop, turn their head, notice the brand. It blends authenticity, creativity, and relevance, and it engages consumers on a personal level. With campaigns like Spotify Wrapped, IKEA's Real Life Things, and Barbie and Netflix, these series invite consumers to interact, participate, and become a part of the brand and its advertising. It also further aligns with the social values, making these things adaptable to the changing norm that we have and the changing mentality of the Gen Z and millennials. It also adapts very easily to changing platforms, and furthermore, with like a lot of data being available, brands could always use this to personalize the whole experience. This brings me to the end of my presentation. I have listed in all of the links and references that I have used in the particular slides, and thank you for listening to that. Have a great day.
4 minutes.